Sharp elbows. Now, what Rebel Pundit is to Chicago, Sharp Elbows is to St. Louis. Sharp Elbows, you are a citizen journalist that kicks a little ass down there in the Gateway City. Thank you for calling in. How are you holding up?
Hey, you got me there?
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm doing all right. I heard you mention the son, the oldest son that he had, and I had the privilege of spending some time with Andrew and the oldest son.
That's right. Summer. That's right. They went to St. Louis. He told me they went to a Cardinals game and got to sit in the owner's box.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Tell me about it.
Brother,
Andrew loved
Cubs game.
Andrew loved baseball. Well, hold on. Hold on. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, Sharp Elbows. I just want to point out, if you know anything about Andrew, you've just got to know that he goddamn loved baseball. He loved baseball so much. You have no idea how much he loved baseball. And he comes back from St. Louis, and a whole bunch. He went there for a conference. He went there to speak. He did a whole bunch of other. He was up in Chicago. He was back down to St. Louis. He was all over the place. Come back and said, "Tell me, how was the trip?" All he could talk about was going to the Cardinals game in the new Busch Stadium and sitting in the owner's box. So I'm very excited that you called in. I want to hear about this. Tell me about that night.
Well, I wasn't at the game, but I was at the conference. They went from the conference to the game, and the son was extremely excited, and I think Andrew was just as giddy. And I mean, like I said, it was a Cubs game, so you can't even imagine the atmosphere, and it was a major deal. The whole hotel was full of just Cards and Cubs fans everywhere. It was the classic Cubs atmosphere, and Andrew was just soaking it up, man. And they had a great time. The son, like I said, he had a great time. And let me tell you something about that kid. Kid already has a YouTube account, so watch out, okay?
And a wicked sense of humor.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He was doing some escalator slides in the hotel. Pretty funny.
That's great.
Yeah. That day, I spoke to him along with a fellow blogger here in St. Louis, PO'd Patriot, and he mentioned he's so inspiring, man. He's just so freaking infectious. And Dana said this the other day. She said, it's almost like what you would imagine being around a founding father would be like. Huh. We were talking about how we do, get things done. If something needs a video camera on it, pronto we drop what we're doing and we go, even if we're at work.
Yeah.
We do what we do. And he just said, I can curse, right?
Yeah, go for it.
He said, I fucking love that we have a network of regular people that are willing to, go to war at the drop of a hat. And it was just, I can't get that out of my head. He just said, and it's on. I mean, the war's been on, but I mean, this just steals us more. And one more thing about that conference, to show you what a brilliant, like, abstract mind guy says. Oh, by the way, Baba Booey.
I can't believe you did that shit to me. How dare you?
God, how could I not?
Papa Fooey.
Hi, Fred. Okay, enough. I'm so stern inspired that weekend I was going around asking ridiculously stupid questions. And I had this whole rule of basically stuttering John inspired questions. And one of the questions was, I set him up with three of them. Two, they're all either or questions. One was Kirk or Picard, who's your favorite captain? And he didn't like Star Trek. Can't remember the other one. They were both, the first two were nice, and then you hit him with the tough one at the end. The last one was Crips or Bloods, and he sits there and he thinks, there's no real answer to that question. Crips or Bloods? I mean, what do you say? You can goof around, I guess, but he sits and he thinks for half a second, and he goes, or. And I thought, Jesus Christ, who even thinks like that?
Oh, man.
I mean, Unbelievable.
He picked the conjunction. That's impressive. Sharp Elbows, that is awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And you do a good Breitbart, man. You like when you quoted him, you had the cadence down. It's great. That was really well done. Yeah, I got to tell you this. I try to think about all the great things that Andrew did and how satisfied he was with so much. But I have to point out one kind of melancholy thing. And you will appreciate this. You heard Sharp Elbows there do a Baba Booey on me, and it's because he and I both share a great admiration for the Howard Stern show. I got to tell you, Andrew told me. I mean, he idolized Howard. I mean, it was what Howard did when he was on terrestrial radio. He had not listened to him as much on Sirius. He had Sirius, but he didn't listen to him as much on Sirius, mostly because there were kids in the car a lot of the times when he was driving. But I've got to say that one of the things that really kind of brings me down is that I was never able to get him on the Howard Stern show. We tried, and we came really close. But we weren't able to a couple of months ago, and it sucks because he would have been great, and the two of them would have been just an unbelievable interview.
I felt like it was going to happen, and let me tell you, I mean, I don't want to talk out of school. AGT is in St. Louis next week, and I'm going to be at the tapings all freaking day and night. And I had planned on putting that in Howard's ear, but obviously that's secondary at this point. But I knew that it was out there, but
yeah.
Well.
It was really, but I felt like we were going to get it done, and I was hoping maybe on the release of the paperback of his book we would get it happening. But anyway, I want to dwell on that, but it sucks because it would have been great radio. But that just goes to tell you gotta take advantage of opportunities when they're there. Otherwise, you may not get them again. All right, man. Thank you for calling in, Sharp Elbows. Keep up the great work in St. Louis. St. Louis is going to be ground zero like it always is this year. So you better be in good shape. We're counting on you. Brother. Thank you, man. Love you. Thank you.
See ya.
All right. All right, folks. Call on in. I'm going to stay open as long as you want to talk.